Truth be told, there are more prospective patients out there than you can handle. And one of the biggest challenges that we hear from practitioners is, I'm not seeing enough new patients. How do I build my practice? How do I get more new patients to know who I am and what I'm about? And so a lot of you have built a practice upon referrals, and I think that that's something that can't be overlooked. It's a big part of your practice because it identifies that you're doing things right. However, as you move more into a model that's not just dictated by insurance companies, and you're expecting people to come and take some responsibility of their health, and that means there's going to be a cash exchange, we've got to start representing who we are. We've got to start promoting ourselves, let people know that we are in their community and that we are different and that we're offering something that they've been looking for. And that's called promotion. And there's a lot of practitioners that sometimes we see those that are maybe a little bit afraid of it because they're not familiar how to do it, and that's what we're going to help you with. We also have the practitioner that feels that, well, we're not supposed to market, we're physicians, we've been taught that. Well, you've been taught that by big pharma and insurance companies because they want everything that you do to be focused on the insurance model, pharmacopoeia, and things like that. So we're going to teach you, how do you get out? How do you allow your community to know who you are? And there's different modes of that. So of course we're going to start with referrals, but what about newspaper? What about direct mail? What about radio, TV, internet, blogging, Facebook? These are all things that I know that you know that over time, if we're not involved in this, we simply can't thrive in practice. And although you might not be used to it, you may not be a master at this, be comfortable knowing that it's not as difficult as you think. And when you begin to get out there, marketing is actually something very enjoyable to do. So let's take a look at a little bit of this and give you some ideas on how this stuff works. A lot of people that first begin to get into marketing, maybe they test something, newspaper, postcard, radio, and we hear them come back, that stuff doesn't work, marketing doesn't work. Well, let me be clear with you. Marketing always works. It always has, it always will. If it's not working, then either we have the wrong message out, the wrong demographics, or the wrong vehicle that we're putting that out in. So whether it's the newspaper or the radio or TV or what have you, we have to have an understanding of how that works. And some of the things that we do at
Freedom Practice Coaching
is help you identify, is this a good piece of copy, written copy? If I'm putting this in the newspaper, does this support the message that I need? Does it have all the ingredients of a good message? The headline, the call to action, things like this. Over time, you're going to be able to very, very easily identify, that's a good piece, no, that's not a good piece. And eventually, or initially, you may not know exactly how to do it, but you will first come to the point of understanding, I understand why that works, okay? And that's a starting point. And then we have to be careful on other things. When we go to market, often we trust, not often, almost all the time, we trust the people that are coming to us. For example, if you're going to go in and do radio, we're trusting those people to have the talent, the knowledge to make that radio work for us. Unfortunately, that's not the truth, okay? They're going to come to you and try to sell time as a whole. I'm not saying that their integrity is not there and that they're not trying. They simply don't have the skill set. They haven't built their business on things that they're selling. For example, if you go to the radio, one of the first things you're going to find is they're going to try to sell you a 30-second spot. I'm going to tell you, when you're trying to get your message across initially and you're not branded, a 30-second spot is not a very wise thing to do. It's the same thing with TV. You need more time than that. Why do they try to sell you 30 seconds and tell you that's the way to go? Is because that's the easiest placement for them to stick 30 seconds in, move them around, pull them out, move them in, etc. And when you ask for a longer spot, they're going to try to balk on that and tell you why that doesn't work. Don't listen. These are things that, again, Freedom Practice University is going to teach you, not only the do's, the don'ts, but the whys. Same thing with TV. If we go into TV, do we want to start off with a small 30-second spot? And again, the answer is no, not initially. Later down the line, that might be something good to do, but when we start, we don't want to do that. And then it's also, where do we put these? Radio, where's the times to put these when we're doing our test? Do we want to just scatter them about? Because what you'll hear from marketing people that are within the radio, the TV, they're going to tell you that you need to scatter them about, you need to hit all kinds of times, and you need to get your message out several times. They need to hear your message 6, 7 times before they buy, okay? That's not the truth. That's not real life. That's not how it works out there. Now, I won't deny that the more times they hear you, you might have a better opportunity, but here's the truth. The first time that your message goes out, whether it's a radio spot, a TV spot, a direct mail, a newspaper, I don't care. The first time it goes out, if the phones don't ring, we've got to stop, pause. What do we need to do in this? Where, is the message wrong? Did it go to the wrong or right demographics? Was there a holiday? What happened here that I didn't get the phone to ring? Do not think that if it didn't ring the first time that it was live, it's going to work in the future. Don't that. That's nonsense. That's madness. So again, these are things that you might not be aware of now, but since marketing is so important to turn the faucet on and have a number of patients you want through your practice and be able to help your community, you're going to have to start learning these things, and then you can direct your marketing activities. You can delegate that to other people in your practice, but you need to have a knowledge of that. Other things with TV, something very important that can be very effective with TV, for example, is getting in front of large audiences and on live shows. And okay, this can be very, very enjoyable. It can have a huge impact, but learning how to bring your message out without it sounding like an advertisement. Giving education, teaching your prospects, giving them information. The same thing that I'm doing right now with you. Give information, help instruct so you can carry them to the next level, understanding that this person's given me information, I enjoy that information, that's truth information, let me take the next step and get more. And so we want to do that, and we'll talk about lead flow processes in another video. Podcasting, a lot of you have heard about podcasts and we don't know anything what that means. Some of you are already using it. Podcast is a very, very powerful vehicle to get your message out, start educating the masses, and build a following. So a lot of the marketing that you do may not be a direct hit right away. In other words, when we put that marketing out, we may not be expecting to bring someone immediately in for a consultation, for example. We want some of that to go on, but we also want some marketing building a herd of recognition that you're the expert in your community. You're the person to go see to because you're standing out from rest of the practitioners. You're offering something that we've been looking for. The typical layperson out there is looking, help me take control of my life, help empower me, and that means we have to get an educated message out. Social network, Facebook, these are all very powerful tools and can look very, very frightening, can look very difficult when we haven't been involved in them. But as you start learning the secrets and the keys to using these effectively, you're going to find out that you're going to have a minimum of 4 different things occurring at all times within your marketing to help educate your community, start driving people to your sites, your landing pages, etc. And over time, you're going to find that when I want to turn the faucet up and bring more new prospects into my practice to become practice members, patients, I'll have control over that. When I'm getting up to the point where I'm full and I need to adjust that, I can adjust that. That's when our marketing is in place, where we've delegated properly, we have systems in place, and now we can enjoy working with individuals, putting all of our attention into that new patient because all the systems are beginning to take care of some of those activities that need to take place in our practice. So I've just touched on this, again, Freedom Practice Coaching. We go into this a great deal in the different aspects that I talked about, the different venues that we can market, etc. I hope this helps. I hope this opens your eyes a little bit and also helps you understand that this is something anyone can learn. It's not difficult, it doesn't have to be frightening, but it has to be placed in the practice if we're to grow and we're to thrive.